Hi, I hope that you're doing well. I know the world is so bizarre right now, but one thing that helps take my mind off of everything that's going on is cooking and baking, and that's why I love making these videos. I hope that they're taking your mind off of the things that are going on in the world and just putting your mind at ease. Something that I've been trying to do is create new recipes or just try new recipes, and one new recipe that I tried was a sweet potato pizza. I was watching a YouTuber, his name's Joey Graceffa, and he has this plant-based diet, and I thought that it would be really fun to try to replicate what pizza he was making. But yeah, I hope that this video inspires you to try something new. Let's get started. So these are the only ingredients that we're gonna need for this pizza. I have some coconut flour here, some arrowroot starch, sweet potatoes, and then here are the spices that I'm going to put in the crust. We have red chili flakes. You can omit that if you don't like spicy. We have oregano leaves, garlic powder, and salt. So the first thing that we're going to do is wash the sweet potatoes and then peel them. After that, we will dice them up into small pieces, then roast them until they are soft. You doing that at home. So now I'm gonna spread these potatoes out and pour some olive oil all over it. Look at how ginormous this thing of olive oil is. I think it's a gallon. Is it? I've been using a lot of olive oil in quarantine. It's been about 20 or so minutes since I put the sweet potatoes in the oven, and what I'm going to do is test them with a fork to see if they're tender enough, and then if they are, then I will put them in this mixing bowl. They're not going in that easily, which means they just need a little bit longer in the oven. Gonna stir them around and just pop them back in there. These are definitely mashable. We're just simply gonna mash the sweet potatoes up. Once these have been mashed, we're going to go ahead and add the coconut flour and the arrowroot starch. So this is the part where I don't really know the amount because every sweet potato size is completely different. So I'm just going to start with a few tablespoons of each of these, and then we'll stir it together and we will see what the texture is, if it feels like a dough or if it's too sticky still. We'll start with the coconut flour. We'll do 1, 2, 3 of those, and then onto the arrowroot starch. We'll go 1, 2, 3 of those. Before I mix this together, I'm just gonna go ahead and put my seasonings in. So we'll start with some pink Himalayan salt. a lot of garlic powder, a little bit of oregano leaves, and lastly some red chili flakes. I like to load it up with this, but if you don't like spicy, you can just put a few, or if you don't like spicy, you can not put it in at all actually. Give it a mix. I'm gonna wash my hands and start using my hands instead. So I'm happy with this, and it smells absolutely delicious, just like a regular pizza dough crust, honestly. Now that we have created our dough, we are going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And after that, I'm going to take this dough and spread it out onto my same pan and parchment paper that I just used to roast the sweet potatoes. And I'm gonna spread it out pretty thin because I like my crust to be really crunchy. So the thinner you spread it out, the more crunchy it'll be. If you want a more doughy crust, then you can just make it a little bit thicker.
There's a lot of things on my mind, yeah. Stacking money like 365. Cause this shit is real. Cause this shit is real.
This is what the pizza crust looks like. Now all I'm gonna do is place it in the oven for probably about 20 or so minutes. Again, it's gonna be on 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'll just keep an eye on it to see when the edges start to get just a little bit crispy. I completely forgot to mention toppings for the pizza, which is obviously extremely essential for a good pizza. And while the crust is in the oven over here, I'm going to prepare my toppings. I'm going to top mine with some mozzarella cheese, pepperonis, olives, and mushrooms. And I'm not going to use any red sauce. I will probably just use olive oil instead. I'm not a massive fan of red sauce, so you could use, obviously you could use red sauce, or you could use pesto. A little drizzle of olive oil, which is what I'm going to do, would suffice.
Cause this shit is real. Cause this shit is real.
I think this is perfect. I had it in there for about 20 minutes, and the edges are just about to turn a light brown, which will be perfect for when I'm gonna put the toppings on. Ow, it's hot. Yeah, let's put the toppings on. Just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil on it. Oops. I'm gonna go ahead and put my toppings on.
Keep a 40, they don't know. Got the Henny, you get cold. Smoke on Reggie, that's a no.
All right, here it is. Now all we have left to do is put it back into the oven until everything on top is melted and cooked a little bit, which it will only be about 10 minutes in the oven. Yum, here is the final product. Oh my God. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you try this pizza recipe, please let me know. It is so delicious, and it is the best alternative to a regular pizza crust. I hope you guys are staying safe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Hot like steam. I just got the dreams. I know what you mean. It's all funny to the